Welcome everyone to the epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy 2017 final, already underway here. The Big East Beasts in the white, playing the Big Ten/Ivy League Ancient Legends. First possession here for the Big East Beasts. I'm Dan Abram, joined alongside Terry Foy, Inside Lacrosse staffers, here watching the 2017 final. The crescendo of a fantastic event so far, Terry.
It's been unbelievable. The level of play, the competition, the compete level that the players have brought has been top-notch. These guys are playing their third game on Sunday, and we're excited to get this action underway.
Jonathan Huber, an Army commit, St. John's commit, scoring the first goal of the game for the Beasts.
Huber is a lefty attackman from St. Anthony's on Long Island. He's had an incredible tournament, coming off of a 4-goal performance in the semifinals as the Beasts upended the Americans by a score, I believe, of 13-5.
Yeah, pretty interesting clash of journeys to this tournament. The Big East Beasts had to have a miracle comeback almost with Mikey Sanguinetti, a Rutgers commit, scoring a buzzer-beater goal to tie, and then Will Cabrera, a Yale commit, getting the game winner in overtime in a fantastic game against the ACC.
Not only that, Dan, but when you look back a year, we got some history evoked here. So in 2016, the class of 2016, the older guys in that division, the Ancients, came together and pulled off an incredible run to the 2016 championship. And this Beasts team won the 2017 championship. So it's a little bit of a championship rematch, even though not necessarily player for player.
Absolutely. First possession right here for the Ancient Legends. Ball on the floor. That's Will Cabrera battling with Kyle Cook for possession of the ball. Cabrera comes away with it. Cabrera trying to get inside. Kyle Cook giving some excellent defense right there.
Kyle Cook, a long stick out of Loyola Academy in Illinois, heading to Marquette. Man, he is tough on ball, just the tenacity. I'm really interested in this matchup because Cabrera has had himself a heck of a tournament. Had 1-1, you mentioned the OT game winner in the semifinal.
There's Cabrera stripped right before the shot. That's Adinio Sejuste. Comes away with the ground ball. Beast trying to clear right now.
Adinio, Salisbury School defenseman, heading to Providence.
Transition offense right here. Huber saves it from going out of bounds.
We saw Mick Upchurch showing some energy on ball. Upchurch with an unbelievable play down the stretch of that semifinal game, tied 8-8. The Coastal Patriots looked to go ahead as Upchurch had picked up a short stick, was defending on ball and broke his stick on the guy who was defending, who ended up assisting for the game, the go-ahead goal at the time. And then, as you mentioned, Sanguinetti with the buzzer beater to send the game to overtime.
Incredible one as well.
Before Cabrera's game-winning goal in overtime.
Ryan Gallagher with the ball right now. Gives it over to David Walker, playing both midfield and face-off in this game. Over to Brian Tevlin, tremendous player committed to Yale. Now Sanguinetti, the hero of the last game. Diving in, Sanguinetti sneaks underneath and scores just before the crease.
That was your patented S-Judge. Looking like you're going to get topside, try to go to the middle of the field, start to see the dirt, you come back underneath to the right hand, and then right before you get to the crease, bring it back to your left. He finished up top.
Early 1-1 score here between the Ancient Legends and the Big East Beasts. If you're just joining us, this is the 2017 Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy Final. Dan Abram here alongside Terry Foy.
It is 1-1, couple minutes into the first quarter.
Clean face-off right there for the Big East Beasts. Transition opportunity, Garrett Moya working with it. Ball's on the floor. Tremendous save right there from Chris Walker, LSM committed to Georgetown. Gives it over to Rainier Lee. Big East settling into their office, getting their substitutes on.
You hear Coach Chris Garland shouting from the sideline. He has been really, really instrumental in keeping this team upbeat and focused, making them play with energy, play with intensity. And he's shown some creative choices in there. coming out of timeouts, substitutions, all that sort of stuff. He's really been an asset for this squad.
Lucas Campo Bianco Hogan with a very nice takeaway right there. Campo Bianco Hogan committed to Johns Hopkins. Big, strong, rangy pole. He's played a little short stick in this tournament. Brian Tevlin with the ball now for the Ancient Legends. Over to Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti dives and scores. Another.
Ooh, we're going to call him in the crease, and we're going the other way, Dan. That looked like another one of those lefty goals from the wing, and apparently just ended up in the crease. We're going to get waved off, and the Beasts dodge a bullet there.
Close call right there. Almost an exact replica of his first goal. Gavin Garrity Rokas with the ball now for the Beasts. Rokas getting inside. Rokas takes a shot, but it goes wide.
Gavin Garrity Rokas, heading to Georgetown, was one of the real shining stars of last year's 2017 championship game. Two-handed player, the ability to feed and get to the goal.
Cade Stratton trying to beat his man, takes the shot. That'll go wide as well. Moya with the backup for the Big East Beasts.
You see Stratton with the GoPro there. Be sure to check out Game Time footage as they come away with some pretty cool highlights from the Ridley attackman heading to Marquette.
Moya now working against Michigan commit Jackson Zog. Moya continue to work. Ball's on the floor. Austin Rita comes away with it. Rita with the short stick, favors the left alley, gets it over to Stratton. Stratton gets it over to Rainier Lee. Great catch. Lee trying to get his hands free. Lee over to Huber. Huber driving towards the cage, spins, gets underneath. Ball gets stripped, going the other way. Zog with it for the Ancient Legends. Gets it over to Alexander.
Rainier Lee, a 2018 that's playing up with this Beast squad.
Tremendous trail check right there. Joseph Lacalzi. Another fine Georgetown pole.
Southside High School player. I was sitting next to Coach Kevin Warren in the semifinal game, and he talked about how he had put in a goal already and then immediately had another one. He showed a little bit of moxie doing so.
Huber over to Lee. Big East Beasts playing with a few 2018s in this game. They've been short-staffed all tournament. Still managed to make it to the final today. Stratton. Stratton working against Campo Bianco Hogan. Pushed off. Garrity Rokas takes the shot. Goalie gets a piece, bounces out of bounds. There's a race. The East Beasts will win it. Rainier Lee. Back up top for the Beasts. Back behind to Moya. Moya with some midfielder Tevlin. This is a matchup they want to exploit. Moya over to Huber. And Huber will can another one. His second goal of the day so far.
That is such a great shot, such a creative play. You got your left-handed player, you usually want to see him on that left-handed wing. He swings all the way over the top, you know, coming down that lefty alley, catches a step down. Nice shot, placed it far and away.
I think one of the benefits of being a little bit lower on the number side is that the players generate chemistry a little bit more easily.
No doubt, and they also get the feel for the game faster because they're getting more runs throughout the game. So I definitely feel like there's been a development curve that's hastened. This event was originally scheduled to have the first set of games played on Friday afternoon. Unfortunately, that was washed out due to rain. They've played 5 games now over the past 2 days, and really you've started to see both that chemistry and familiarity develop over the course of the last day.
Face-off win right there for the Beasts. Nice ground ball from Chris Walker. Junio Sajuste right now charging down the field, trying to get a shot off, takes the bouncer. A little too generous on the bounce. Back up by the Beasts. Stratton will take over. Stratton over to Moya. Big East looking for their third goal. Lead 2-1. Offensive Kyle Long. He's played a little bit of both attack, offensive midfield, and defensive midfield. out there for the Beast playing short stick right now.
Ooh, nice takeaway check there by Mick Upchurch. We've talked about the energy he's shown. And here he's going to put more on display as he's legging it up the field.
Mick Upchurch with a behind the back to Griffin Thomas. Fantastic little move right there.
Griffin Thomas, another one of those players that showcased some tremendous versatility playing with a long stick and a short stick. I've been really impressed by how fundamentally sound he is on ball and his ability to play with intensity throughout the game. He's a very composed player.
Possession right here for the Beast. Excuse me, Ancient Legends. Kyle Long charging down the right alley. Deflected pass, battle between Kyle Cook and William Cabrera. Cook wins that battle. Gavin Catalano getting it out on a fantastic outlet pass to Austin Rita. Huber can't handle the pass. Cade Stratton comes away with it. Close look. The rebound is collected by Huber, who gets the goal and the and one with the penalty. That's his third goal of the game so far. And that's actually the end of the first quarter. Big East Beast out to a 3-1 lead in this one. We're back here at the epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy final. First possession of the second quarter for the Big East Beasts, who went into the second quarter leading 3-1. Cade Stratton on ball right now for the Beasts.
Beasts are man up.
Fake flip right here. Stratton kept it. Got it over to Moya. Stratton with a step down look. Bouncer, but the rebound is collected by Huber. That's 4 for him.
Really nice initial save there by by Cordish as he got all the way down on the ball but couldn't totally control the rebound. It was out front, picked, popped over the top. And you mentioned Huber, that's 4 for him. The lefty, he just knows how to score, Dan. He's got a nose for the goal and he makes it happen.
He's got the hot hand so far in this game.
The Ancient Legends are going to have to figure out an answer for that one. Coming to this, you know, I really expected the story of the offense to be the Marquette connection. We've seen some really nice flashes out of Garrett Moya and Cade Stratton. Have shown tremendous chemistry over the course of the tournament and the event, but Huber, the St. John's commit, started out on fire.
Impressed with his athleticism so far this tournament, but he's really turned it on with his goal scoring ability in this one. Ryan Lindsay now for the Beasts. Has the short stick matchup. Ryan Lindsay will take a shot, sails wide. Back up collected by the Beasts.
Dodging against David Walker there, one of 2 incoming faceoff specialists for Rutgers. Walker taking some runs in short stick D-midi, showing that versatility.
Garrity Rokas with the Beasts. On ball right now. Cade Stratton works his way to a short stick matchup. They quickly switch. Garrity Rokas trying to get inside, trying to get underneath. Pushed back by Teflon. Passed back to the crease. Not handled. And the Ancient Legends come away with it.
Rainier Lee with an opportunity, cutting backside with the left hand. Got his stick on the ball, but just couldn't corral it. Ancient Legends coming up with the ground ball. Going the other way, we got deflected pass. Clear continues in the far sideline around the midline.
Peyton Bogard, the only Maryland commit on this Ancient Legends team. Ball right there. Bogard all the way from Georgia. Could very well be the next playmaking LSM for the Terps. Tevlin right now. Nice little underneath face dodge. Gets past his man. Now harassed by Chris Walker, who causes ball to go over half field. Over and back is called. Garrett Moya with the pickup right there for the Beasts. Moya trying to get underneath. Nice contact by Sam Cordish right there. A Penn commit, local product, Park School, Baltimore.
Nice outlet pass to Tevlin. Ancient Legends need to settle here, get a good possession, get short sticks on the field, run a possession.
Cabrera
had different ideas.
Yeah. Cut through the crease. But Gavin Catalano with a point-blank save. And now the Beasts are on transition offense. Looks like they'll settle, though. Brendan Alt, his first touch of the game. Simple miscommunication right there. Saved by Austin Rita. Rainier Lee now with it. Lee with the stutter step gets stripped. Cade Stratton right there. Continuous scrum. Kyle Long comes away with it for the Ancient Legends. Charging down the field now. Long passes over to Evanson. Step down for him. Sails above the cage.
You mentioned Bogard being the only Maryland commit. Kyle Long, one of those 2018s, is playing up on this 2017 squad, as his Legends team was eliminated in the semifinals by the Ancients in the 2018 division. The Ancients will take on the Patriots in the 2018 championship coming up next.
Brandon Fisher with a step down right there. Fantastic save from Catalano. Saw it the whole way.
Catalano did a really nice job of keeping his base there. He ended up going to his knees, but with that big body, he was able to gobble that shot up with his right hand.
Kyle Cook over to Rita. Gets it back to Alt down low. Beasts will substitute. Huber coming on now. Hero of this game so far with multiple goals. In fact, all of the Big East goals. He'll take a step down and he nails it. Hits the lower left quarter, excuse me. That's his 5th goal of the game so far.
You'll see Huber come out of the box. He's matched up against Kyle Long. I think there was a miscommunication as to whether or not we were going to see, the long stick bump onto the hot hand, and he got space for a time and room shot, stepped into a lefty.
4-1 now for the Beasts with 5-1 for the Beasts. All their goals coming from the St. John's commit, Jonathan Huber. Quite the output so far for him. David Walker. And Borg setting for this face-off.
Alexander Borg out of Bergen Catholic High School going to Providence.
Nice pickup on the ground ball right there. One of the Alexander brothers from Highland Park. William Cabrera with a nice jump shot and score.
Dan, we have 7 goals in this game and 2 goal scorers. Am I right?
I believe so.
Unbelievable.
Cabrera is really impressed on that right wing all year. All tournament, excuse me. Some really impressive performances by Yale commits in both the 17 and 18 divisions this tournament.
Obviously talking about Cabrera, Tevlin, we mentioned Griffin Thomas, Coach Andy Shea and his staff have continued to do a nice job. They bring in the guys with a lot of similar mindsets. We saw it last year. You know, there were a couple of Eli's that helped that short-sighted Ancient squad to the 2016 championship.
Alexander Borg right there with a clean face-off win. Borg regularly getting to the clamp first, but this has been a game about battling with the wings. Big Ten's been able to match them right there. Borg still with it.
I talked earlier about Garland's creativity in terms of the substitution games, and here we go, trying to keep the face-off guy on.
Moya still working. Moya trying to get his hands free. Moya goes back to his left, delivers a shot. Clean save from Sam Cordish in cage for the Ancient Legends.
Nice job by Selden Leonard. The long stick right there. He's a little bit undersized in this matchup, but was able to get a nice push at the right moment to get Moya probably about a half step lower than he wanted to be releasing that shot. Angle was really low. Nice job by Cordish to protect that spot.
Takeaway right there for Chris Walker. Playing a little short stick right now. Chris Walker, an LSM from Highland Park in Texas, committed to Georgetown. Really impressed with his handles so far. A little reminiscent of Joel White, the former Syracuse great. Sejuste with the ball right now. Crossfield pass. Briefly fumbled, but handled by Ryan Poole.
I gotta say, Dan, one of the things that stands out to me the most is just the ability to handle those types of plays, whether it's, you know, a pass that's 4 feet off and, you know, one-handed, extended, off the back, able to corral it. Just the ability for these guys to make bad plays into good, to handle just something that's just not quite there and turn it into a highlight reel play.
Kate Stratton with a nifty little backhand attempt right there. Kate Stratton really also impressing with his handles. Loves that left, can really do a whole bunch with it. Garrity Rokas over to Rainier Lee. Lee working, passes back to Lindsay, over to Alt. Alt down low to Moya, to Stratton. Tremendous ball movement right here. Garrity Rokas goes to his right, trying to get his hands free. Backed off by Campo Biago Hogan. Back to Lindsay. Alt with the pick. Lindsay still working. Over to Moya. Moya eating those checks from Leonard. Lee going against the short stick. Evans in. Plenty of patience right now from the Beasts. Haven't really slowed it down yet, Terry.
Well, they're up 5-2 late in the second quarter, and
Stratton
it makes sense to work for the best shot.
Over to Lindsay. Wearing down this Ancient Legends defense. Lindsay, left-handed shot. Hits the opposite pipe. Tremendous shot right there from Ryan Lindsay.
That is a Division I college shot, Dan.
Yes.
Going down the lefty alley, the ability to put it to the near corner.
One of the best things about this event, in my opinion, Terry, is that we see every conference, every player is good, and it really comes down to those kids who want to put in the work in college and then become the next stars of the college game.
Sure, Dan, and for those that are unfamiliar with the concept, this is, as you've suggested, an event that is comprised completely of future Division I players in the 2017 and 2018 grad year, divided by teams made up of schools that they're heading to based on conference. In the 2017 division, we had 2 combined teams. The Coastal Patriots comprised of teams, players heading to Patriot League and ACC schools, and then in this game we've seen the Ancient Legends comprised of players heading to Ivy League and Big Ten schools. They're taking on the Beasts, comprised of teams, players heading to teams in the Big East. Face-off
win right there for Eddie Pearlstein. Beasts, Ancient Legends in possession right now. Tevlin with the ball.
We're short on time here in the second quarter. Big possession for the Ancient Legends.
Tevlin trying to get underneath. Rolls back around. Double team comes. Gallagher gets doubled. Kyle Cook comes away with it for the Beasts. Kyle Cook has plenty of wheels. clearing the ball himself.
We'll note that the scoreboard is not the official clock, and we are in the last 10 seconds of the second quarter here.
Last chance. Alt underneath. Gets the buzzer beater. The referees are going to call it a goal. And the Big East Beasts are going into the halftime break leading 7-3.
What a play.
I don't know how many buzzer beaters we've seen just today, but there seems to be a lot that happened on this field in particular, Terry.
Brendan Alt with the textbook face dodge comes back to his right hand, and he's able to finish on the run high to high. That was a beautiful play there, Dan.
7-3 in favor of the Big East Beasts at the halftime. Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy 2017 final with the Big East Beasts leading the Ancient Legends 7-3 at halftime, highlighted by Jonathan Huber, a St. John's commits 5 goals. Terry, what have you seen out of him today?
I mean, just an incredible left-handed shot, and he's been able to show a lot of versatility in where he's able to release it from and effectively get it on cage, and also pick his positions based on both where he's releasing from. We saw him get underneath early on an S dodge. Saw another goal that was waved off as he ended up in the crease after, what was kind of an attempted dive and a little bit of a push from behind. And then, the goal in the middle of the second quarter when he subbed out of the box, there's some miscommunication as to whether or not he was getting switched onto a long stick, and he was able to, place one low and away on a really beautiful overhand step down. He just has it all, Dan. I mean, this is a player that's going to St. John's, and he has all of the tools in his toolbox.
And the Ancient Legends, a little bit of a quiet half offensively for them. What do you think they can do to get back in this game, Terry?
Well, I think what we saw in the middle of the second quarter was a need for a little bit more in terms of steady, stable possessions. There were a couple of plays where they really tried to push the tempo early, maybe score in that first 10 to 15 seconds after they crossed the midline. And I thought that, they were trying to go to the goal when they were still subbing. There were some opportunities maybe to get some more settled offense, and there's so much talent in this Ancient Legends squad that you want to see some of those guys really try to attack their matchups, as opposed to taking advantage of the defense when they're on their heels and maybe not as set. And I also think that we're going to see a goalie change here for both squads, and it'll be fascinating to see how the shooters adjust to both a different style, maybe even in some cases a different hand in the net.
Yeah, Gabe Stein looking like he's going to take the second half shift for the Beasts. Gabe Stein, another one of those Marquette commits. Pretty big class here for Marquette. They've been showing out between Stratton, Stein, and Moya.
And don't forget long stick Kyle Cook. I've been really impressed by him. Number 45 on this Beast squad has, I think he can fluctuate between LSM and defense, but he's been playing close D here and really doing a nice job on ball.
Ryan Darby, a Johns Hopkins commit from Texas. Looks like he's going to get the second half shift in cage for the Ancient Legends.
Keep your eyes open because we got another goalie that might come in a little bit later on. Eric Peters, Rock Canyon High School, heading to Princeton, is still potential to take a step in the net as well.
Borg and Walker set to face off. the second half. Borg looked like he had come away with another win. And he does, as our official awards him possession on a violation. Borg able to muscle his way off masking. Over to Garrity Rokas. The Beasts will substitute. Beasts with their first possession here of the second half, leading 7-3. Rita with the ball now. Rita has that short stick. Rita's going to take a look. Darby gets a piece of it. We're going to get whistles. Loose push. Caught on the Ancient Legends is going to remain Big East ball.
Kate Stratton going to start with the ball out of the box, heading to Marquette. He's going to be guarded by Mick Upchurch from the McCallie School, heading to Princeton.
Here's a favorable matchup. Griffin Thomas, though, no slouch with the short stick either. One of the better athletes we've seen at this entire event. Moya over to Stratton, over to Rita. Rita goes to his left. Rita trying to get those hands free, gives it back to Moya behind the cage. Moya working to his right, posting up.
Capobianco Hogan with some incredible on-ball defense.
And then Jackson Zog switches and gives him a little love on the way. Huber, the multi-goal scorer in this game so far, with it. Over to Stratton. Rita to his left. Tries to find Moya, passes deflected. Mick Upchurch coming up with that one. Gets it over to Darby. And the Ancient Legends will look to clear.
Garrett Moya is a player that I'm really fascinated by, Dan. He was a participant in the 2016 Inside Lacrosse Recruiting Invitational Session 2 Uncommitted Showcase game. And it seems like he's either grown a couple inches or lost about 20 pounds since then, but he hasn't lost any of that power. He's so smooth, so slick, two-handed, so tall. He's got the ability to play in the post-up position as well as with his feet moving. And I think he's going to be a real asset for Coach Joe Amplo's team and offensive coordinator Stephen Brudnage when he gets to Marquette.
Tevlin working with the ball now for the Ancient Legends. Goes to his right, looking for a cutter. Nice switch there from Kyle Cook. Tries to feed the creased. Ball in the air. Gabe Stein comes away with it. Kind of just throws it up in the air. And Evanson will come away with it for the Ancient Legends.
Gabe Stein, a goalie, heading to Marquette as well. Zinn, a 2018 midfielder from Staples, Connecticut, heading to Johns Hopkins.
Ryan Gallagher now with the ball. Gallagher, a Rutgers commit.
Georgia native, goes to the Marist School down there.
Sanguinetti, hands free. Sanguinetti delivers one too far wide right.
You know, Dan, that shot was from a very similar place as that overtime game winner. That one came off of a deflection from down low. Caught it in the high slot. Released low to high. Unbelievably beautiful shot.
Gallagher feeding Cabrera. Yard sale check right there from Joseph Lacalzi. Lacalzi will cross the midfield line himself.
Cabrera dealing with some cramping issues. The attackman heading to Yale has been just a tremendous force throughout. Such a crafty nose for the goal. But he's going to have to come off here and try to push some fluids and roll out his left calf, it looks like.
A little bit of a quiet start here to the second half after pretty mayhem-filled first half. Jonathan Huber with 5 goals so far for the Beasts as the ball gets on the floor. Ancient Legends, a little bit of a quarterback toss to Brian Tevlin over the midfield line. Tevlin, nice superior playmaker. Gets over to Brandow, over to Gallagher. Back to Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti with a nice little swim dodge right there. Tries to get it to Gallagher. A little bit of an errant pass, and it's going to go the Beasts' way. Beasts leading 7-2 here. As we've mentioned, Jonathan Huber, St. John's commit, 5 goals for the Beasts. Beasts have really been patient ever since their early offensive explosion. Kyle Cook. Love the way that this guy clears the ball so quick. Gets it over the midfield line. Gets it back to Gary Rokas. Rokas trying to get it into the box. Succeeds in that venture. The shifty player working against Griffin Thomas, the Yale commit, tries to feed the crease to Stratton. Well, waved off by LaCalzi. There'll be a battle for it and a whistle. Loose ball hold on the Beasts. It'll go to the Ancient Legends. More whistles. We're going to get a 1-minute penalty here. Unsure of the call as of yet.
Dan, you mentioned what can the Ancient Legends do to get some offense going. See Matt Brandow, 2018 attackman, heading to Yale. Plays for the Boys Latin School, joining up with this game. He's had a great tournament so far. He could be a spark here.
It was an early standout in his 2018 team's first game. I was personally in attendance for. 3 goals. Man up opportunity right here for the Ancient Legends. Evans Zinn over to Tevlin. Tevlin cross crease pass to Gallagher, a little too high. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Beasts ball.
Missed opportunity there. It's kind of like going to the free throw line in basketball when you're struggling. Sometimes a man up opportunity is exactly what you need in order to get going, and that might have been too difficult of a pass for that point in the penalty, given this time and score situation.
Rainier Lee crossing the midfield line for the Beasts. Beasts in no rush to go to the goal with a five-point lead. Rita gives over to Stratton as the penalty is released. Stratton. There's a drive to the cage.
Got a flag down on the far side of the field.
Flag is down. Essentially a free possession here. Cade Stratton feeded on the crease, and he finishes.
What a slippery play by Cade Stratton. Cuts to the middle of the defense, shows his left hand back to the feeder, has to catch a short-handed pass, comes back across, keeps the stick in the same hand, and finishes over the top of the goalie. Really, really creative play and finish.
You could kind of feel with the way that the Beasts have extended their possessions that they might be able to find some opportunities on the interior of the Ancient Legends defense. Great example of that right there. But just a tremendous move by Cade Stratton to finish in traffic, no less.
And that flag was waved off. We're at even strength for this face-off with the Beasts leading 8-2 more than midway through the third quarter.
Face-off between Walker and Borg again. And a battle mostly won by Borg. It has also often come down to wing play. Alexander right there, emerging with it for the Beasts. Is he going to press it? Gives it over to Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti delivers a low to high that just sails wide.
I've been really impressed by Alexander. The Michigan commit from Highland Park plays with so much energy, and that energy manifests itself in this quickness. It's that fast twitch movement. Really looks like the type of mate that's going to look good in maize and blue.
Aaron pass right there. Brandon Fisher can't handle it. Beast looking for a quick restart. Denied it, but Gary Rokas crosses midfield.
Matthew Dansex with that Aaron pass, heading to Rutgers, a midi out of Roxbury High School. Now defending on ball.
There's a long pole shot from LaCalzi. Darby ate it up, though.
Told you earlier that LaCalzi had 2 goals in the semifinal game, and the Georgetown commit is not shy of shooting. That was, you don't see those step-down settled 6-on-6 shots very often from the long pole, but he had some heat on that.
Yeah.
Really nice save.
Alexander right now got that short stick matchup.
2 minutes.
Alexander, one of multiple Highland Park squad members here in attendance at the Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. Just a tremendous program out of Texas that is really starting to Pretty some high caliber Division I players. Tevlin faked his player up, delivers on a low bouncer.
What a fake. What a stick fake by Brian Tevlin.
Completely fools his defender, gets a wide open lane. Look at all that real estate.
You see him come. There was a mixed switch, and it was because he had his stick in his right hand. He faked the throwback to the middle of the field. His defender bit. He kept the stick in his right hand, came back, and was able to finish with that low bouncer.
I believe that is the first goal of the quarter, Terry. No, excuse me, the second goal of the quarter. The first goal for the Ancient Legends. Back to the face-off X. Borg with a clean face-off win. Off to the races, gets it over to Moya. Moya's going to take the shot. Delivers it over Darby.
Moya with that textbook fast break finish. You see Borg go out the front door. Point man slides off of Moya from that righty wing. He doesn't settle. He keeps his feet moving, takes 2 steps, gets a shot off before Upchurch comes with the slide.
Concerning Moya, I've really been impressed with his shot placement throughout this tournament. Right there, sticking it past Ryan Darby's ear.
25.
Borg looks to win on a clean face-off. Whistle will slow him down. It'll remain possession with the Beast, though. Austin Rita working with it now.
15.
Rita gets into the box.
9, 8, 7,
Final seconds of the third quarter right here.
4, 3,
Rita still working with it. Over to Moya. Moya takes the shot. Goes in, but the refs are going to blow it off. The whistle blew first.
Ooh.
Seems there's a bit of a discussion to be had here between the officials of whether the goal counted or not.
We're playing by college rules here at the Epic and Cyclocross Community Academy, which means that the ball only needs to be released by the time the horn blows, not cross the goal line. That said, the referees are going to wave this one off.
So the Big East Beasts go into the fourth quarter leading 9-3. Can the Ancient Legends come back? That's the question for the fourth. Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy 2017 final between the Big East Beasts and the Ancient Legends. The Big East Beasts, the 9-3 lead. Hefty comeback needed by the Ancient Legends. We run 12-minute running quarters here at the Committed Academy. Only start-stop if the game is within 2 goals, as Alex Borg wins yet another face-off for the Big East Beasts. A lot of their success has started with consistent play at the X from him.
They've done a nice job controlling possession throughout, Dan. It's not simply about that. They've had more extended offensive possessions, and they've done a really good job of absorbing the physicality of this Ancient Legends defense. Upchurch, Thomas, Zog, Capobianco, Hogan. You know, these are big guys that really make it hurt to play offense against.
Stratton takes a shot, eaten up by Ryan Darby. Hits Zinn on the outlet pass, tied up real quick right there. Ball hits the floor, and Jonathan Huber was right there. He gets it over to Alt on the opposite side of the field. Over to Lee. Nice little ride there to get possession back. Time is against the Ancient Legends now. Cade Stratton. Over to Lindsay. Alt. Moya. Moya's carried a lot of the dodging duties in this game. Moya tries to feed Huber on the crease. Lindsay can't pick up the ball either. He'll kick it to himself and recover possession for the Beasts.
Walker with a nice job getting on the bottom hand of that ground ball, not making it easy, but
Alton with a one-handed pass. Moya with a behind-the-back shot. Alt able to collect that errant pass. There's a shot. Darby eats it up. And Peyton Bogard with a pickup right there for the Ancient Legends.
Bogard, long stick midi heading to Maryland. Gets to Zinn, the midfielder, heading to Hopkins for the clear.
Over to Sanguinetti on the left wing, a Rutgers commit. Was really impressed throughout this committed academy tournament. Now with Tevlin, a Yale commit. Tevlin turning back to his right. Tevlin to Sanguinetti and back to Tevlin. Over to Zinn. Alexander now. This looks like the matchup with the short stick. Over to Gallagher. Back to Alexander. Up top now to Zinn. Zinn moving to his right. Hands-free bouncer doesn't connect.
Zinn heading to Hopkins, trying to get a step on Gavin Garrity-Rokas, heading to Georgetown.
Alexander with it now for the Ancient Legends. Alexander coming around, turns back to his right. Back behind Cage over to Tevlin.
He was dodging against Rainier Lee there. Providence commit from St. Stephen's Agnes has shown me a lot. He's a 2018 playing up in this game.
Alexander roll dodge, trying to get his hands free, delivers a shot, eaten up there by Gabe Stein. Rebound doesn't go either. Chris Walker with the ground ball pickup. Walker turns back.
That shot didn't have on it what he wanted. I think that low release came out a little bit early. Got that bounce about 5 yards outside of his stick and just kind of trickled over there to Stein. He was able to handle it pretty easily.
This is Juste with the soft touch to Kyle Cook, who in turn gets it over to Ryan Lindsay. Lindsay into the box for the Beasts. Now under 8.5 minutes to play in this 2017 final. Beasts leading 9-3. No hurry for them. Stratton with the ball now. Over to Garrity-Rokas.
Dan Austin Rita is a midfielder heading to St. John's that has really impressed in this game with some of those do-it-all type plays. Hasn't necessarily gotten into the score sheet, but he's been instrumental in the clearing game, really helpful in facilitating the offense.
Garrity-Rokas beats his man. Gets it over to Lindsay. Rita face dodge. Tries to deliver one left-handed. Doesn't connect.
The big righty look. Decides that he wants to pull that one back. Brings it over to his left hand and goes a little bit high. That would have been a nice highlight if he had canned that one.
Huber now gets stripped. Selden Leonard, the Cornell commit, with the takeaway right there. And he'll beat the ride as well. Fakes the pass in midfield and gets it across midfield. Nick Upchurch gets it over to Dancheks, the Rutgers commit. Into the box. Sanguinetti now with it as the Ancient Legends substitute. Sanguinetti working to that left. Tries to fake the pass, ball flies out on the floor. Kyle Cook with the ground ball. The nice backhanded pass. Can he find a teammate? No, he does not. Back with the Ancient Legends. And they can't connect on a pass either, so it's back to the Beasts.
That was Jacob Stobner, 2018 defenseman. from Westlake High School in Texas, heading to Princeton, bringing the ball into the box. Stobner's really impressed me throughout this tournament, and seeing him previously. He's tall and thin, plays really upright, but has kind of a nice complement to Upchurch's energy. He's a little bit calmer, a little bit less frenetic, and I think he's going to be a really nice addition to the Tigers defense.
Stein gets it over to Sejuste. Sejuste with a little toe drag right there, and fake flips it to Stratton. Garrity Rokas with it now for the Beasts.
Sejuste is a defenseman heading to Providence. Really liked his game.
Really impressed with his game as well. Talked to him a little bit yesterday. He's related to Jacob Waltar, a LSM committed to Syracuse. Was really a star for his ACC Coastals team. As Moya tries to feed the crease, Stratton gets it deflected. It'll be a battle near the end line. It's going to go in the Beasts' favor after Jackson Zoll can't handle the pickup. 5 minutes left in the game now, with the Beasts deliberately milking that clock up 9-3. Garrity Rokas on Tevlin. Garrity Rokas trying to get underneath. Comes back over to Huber. Can't handle the pass. Slick little pickup there by Jackson Zog, and he'll charge downfield across the midfield line. Chris Walker, here comes the trail. Gets the trail check and actually breaks his stick in the process. Head comes off, not a broken stick. Great deflection, saves the shot right there. Beast, Ancient Legends still in possession. They're going to make Chris Walker get off the field.
You see Walker coming off the field. He's got a GoPro on right now. That's going to be a unique clip.
Putting his head back on.
Well, the trail check where the head of your own stick flies off. That's not something you see every day.
Sanguinetti giving Kyle Cook the stutter step. Goes to his left. Tries to get a shot off. Bouncer or deflected along the way. Brandale trying to pick it up now for the Ancient Legends. He'll recover and settle. Gets it over to Brandon Fisher.
Fisher heading to Ohio State. This kid just moves so easily.
Brandon Fisher came around, delivered one. Gabe Stein got it. Save for him. Quick whistle there.
I think they wanted to make sure that the ball was located after it got caught. Maybe in his chest protector?
Possibly. Rainer Lee crosses midfield for the Beasts. We're approaching just under 3.5 minutes to go in this game.
And we've got a flag down as Gallagher stepped off sides.
3 minutes.
3 minutes left in the game. Alexander will pick it up, but the referees will blow their whistle. Straight back to the Beasts for another possession. Beasts lead 9-3 in this game. The star has been Jonathan Huber for the Beasts with 5 goals. Huber committed to St. John's. But really for this Beast team, it's been a trio of Marquette players who've really led them to this point so far. Rita now, extra man possession for the Beasts. They'll work it around. Garrity Rokas tries to feed Alt. Alt can't handle the pass. Darby tries to get it out to Bogard.
Nice box out there by Sanguinetti to get this possession. If you're the Ancient Legend squad, you're man down. There's no... Ooh.
Interesting sequence right there as the Beasts get it back. Rita tries to feed Alt. Alt can't handle another pass. Penalty is released, but we're going to get a quick whistle.
Minute 30 in the game.
90 seconds left in this contest. Beasts looking like, barring a miraculous comeback, they will be the 2017 champions 2 years in a row now. The 2017 team won last year. They went completely defeated in pool play and then managed to win every single game. Off Sunday. Rita with the ball now. Stratton. Alt. Moya. Moya's pass is deflected. Tried to get it to Stratton.
1 minute.
Battle near the end line. Whistle blows. It's going to stay with the Beasts as we're now under a minute.
Dan, you know what's amazing about this Beasts team is they're doing this without the help of any Denver players.
Exactly. Lots of Georgetown, Marquette, St. John's players, a big part of this success that they found at the Committed Academy. Under 30 to play.
Yeah, in the game, yes.
9-3. Big East. Garrity Rokas gets his pass deflected. 20 seconds left in the game. Garrett Moya. Guard by Peyton Bogard. Less than 10. Looks like the ball is going to end in the Stars game. Jonathan Huber and the Big East Beasts are the 2017 champions at the Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. A score of 9-3.
You mentioned Jonathan Huber, the star, finishing with 5 goals. The lefty attackman heading to St. John's. So versatile, so good. Showed his ability to dodge and get to the dirt, get inside the teeth of the defense, absorb contact, and finish. Showed the ability to finish with range, step down shooting, and was really an all-around impressive player. Certainly the MVP of this 2017 Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy Championship game. We are going to go ahead and take a break as we recognize the champion Beasts and the runner-up Ancient Legends. We will be back momentarily with the 2018 championship as the Patriots get set to take on the Ancients. The squad of players going to the Ivy League, taking on a squad of players headed into Patriot League schools in the 2018 championship.
Welcome back to the epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy 2018 final. About to get underway between the Patriots and the Ancients. The Ancients representing 2018's committed to Ivy League schools. The Patriots representing players going to Patriot League schools. Face-offs about to get underway between Michael Sisselberger and Oliver Hollow.
If you are just joining us, the Beasts, 2017 champions. We are looking to see who's going to be crowned the 2018 champions as we are underway.
Sisselberger with a pretty clean face-off win right there. Patriots had to come back against the America East in the 2018 semifinals. They trailed 6-3 at halftime.
Emerged victorious 13-10 in that one. The other semifinal, the Ancients emerged 12-7 victors over the Legends, a group comprised of players heading to the Big Ten schools.
Zachary Tucker with the first look at the game. Bounce shot that goes off the heels of Daniel Hinks, goalie committed to Dartmouth.
Hinks has been so impressive throughout this tournament. He has the perfect balance of really high-level activity. I wouldn't call him a flopper, but I will definitely say he moves a lot in the cage. But he just gets so much on the ball, as we see right there.
Big kid. Ivy League. Past midfield now. Matt Brandow also played for the Ancients in the 2017 game. Played up. He's playing in this 2018 game as well. Sean Cutton with the ball now, a fellow Yale commit from Chaminade in New York. Gets it over to Loring. Ancients patient with their substitutions. Colby Gendron right here. He's 6'6", midfielder committed to Brown. Back to Cutton. Cutton will take a shot, sails wide right.
Coming out of pool play, the Patriots were 2-1. Their lone loss coming to the Big Ten Legends, 12-8 on Saturday afternoon.
Gendron right here.
The Ancients were 3-0.
Gendron working his way, delivers a bouncer but doesn't connect.
I mentioned how impressed I was with goalie Daniel Hinks. He was incredible.
Brandow with the jump shot, question mark dodge and score. Brandow, 2018 committed to Yale. Local star here for boys Latin. Gets the Ancients on the board first. They lead early 1-0.
Really nice take here by Brandow. Just a prototypical question mark dodge. His ability to swim from X, keep the stick in his left hand, and then turn when he gets to 5-5. Ready overhand shot. So much speed on that turn.
Face off between Hollow and Sisselberger. Sisselberger with another clear victory at the face-off dot. And Sisselberger delivers a shot a little, not enough mustard on it really. Sails above the cage. Patriots back it up though. Patriots really led on offense by a slew of Bucknell commits. Matthew Barkowskis with the ball now. Armed with one of our GoPros. Barkowskis.
Dodging the shorty. Andrew Cave, a Georgetown Prep midfielder, heading to Dartmouth.
He's really should call him a tallie. 6'7" player of Georgetown Prep. The interesting thing about this Ancient team, as Bucknell commit takes a shot on Daniel Hinks.
Once again, Dan, I don't want to sound crazy when I'm talking about Hinks, but I've been so impressed by him in the Ancients pool play win over the Coastals. He made 7 second-half saves and allowed only 1 goal.
Oliver Hollow tries to deliver backhand shot with his long pole. Can't believe he didn't connect right there. Backed up by the Ancients.
Hollow, just a big long stick midi, plays at Deerfield, heading to Harvard. Been on the radar for a long time, knows how to take the ball from one end to the other, not shy of shooting.
Gendron feeds the crease. Brandow just misses the cage, backed up by Brady McDermott.
The first thing that pops out when you look at this Ancient squad, Dan, is their size. The height of Gendron, Machete, Cave. You know, these guys are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", as you say. Gendron is a player that I think is still learning how to manage his side. The Phillips Andover player heading to Brown.
Gendron takes a shot on the side of the cage, though. To build upon your point, Terry, though, I've also been really impressed with just the way the Ancients can beat you with a multitude of mismatches. For every big guy that they do have on this team, they also have a low-to-the-ground, shifty, strong, quick dodgers. It can really kind of hurt you from a multitude of ways. Patriots with the ball now, though. Jack Collins, Bucknell commit, gets stripped. Hanks comes away with it. Patriots, the Ancients will look to clear. Hanks delivers a long one. Jack Taylor, who gets it back to Loring. Loring, bull-dodging, takes the shot. Save right there, though. Kyle Walker, an Army commit, saw it the whole way. Had to go low, though.
Walker with one of those nice saves. When you get handcuffed like that, but your ability to keep your stick close to your chest, manage it to be very, very quick in your windshield wiper motion, gets the head of the stick down, makes the catch. Patriots go the other way.
Patriots in possession right now. Brendan Meir, Boston U commit. Gets it over to Jacob Morin, Army commit. One of the unique things about the 2018 Patriot League team is that we can actually have Navy and Army players on it as opposed to the 17s. As Brendan Meir scores right there. Nice little roll dodge and finish. Hits the lower left corner.
The midi from LaSalle in Philadelphia heading to Boston University. Just absorbs a little bit of contact, as you say, uses that roll dodge to generate space and gets a nice left-handed shot off after he hit that brakes, and Loring ran right by.
Tremendously athletic play right there from Meir. Back to the face-off X between Hollow and Sisselberger. Whistle after the Ancients look to come away with it.
You saw Sean Cutton, the midfielder from Chaminade, going to Yale, come up with that ground ball despite the whistle. Cutton, another one of those guys reminiscent of Brian and Tevlin in the game that we just saw. A midi heading to Yale, they just know how to play. It's amazing. They don't necessarily impress you with all the flash. They're not going to sting at 98 down the alley all the time, but they just do everything. They don't make mistakes. They compete.
Tucker with the ball now. Over to Ben Murtaugh. Gives it over to Barkowskis. Murtaugh with the shot. Goalie got a piece of it. Backed up by the Patriots, though.
Murtaugh out of Governor's Academy in Massachusetts, heading to Boston University. You mentioned, Dan, that one of the interesting things about this 2018 Patriot League team as opposed to the 2017s is that the Army and Navy commits are able to play. There's so much diversity in this 9-team league. It's fun to watch these players come together, and it's fun to see who's who. You can see some reflections of, oh, okay, it makes sense that that guy's going to Loyola. It makes sense that guy's going to Colgate.
Hanks
There's
with
so much talent on the field.
Stop right there. Hollow with the step down. Walker takes the shot into his shoulder, it seemed. Walks it off, though.
Want to make sure we thank our friends from Game Time Footage for this live stream. I don't want to put anything else on them, but we might need an Oliver Hollow shot count graphic, because I think we're up to 2.
I was just about to say, Terry, Hinks, kind of a big reason why this game is still 1-1, because it seems that the Patriots have had most of the possession. It's kind of started at the face-off X for them, but Hinks has really kept them in it.
Well, it's important to note that this 2018 Ancient squad had played throughout pool play with Zach Tucci, a Cornell commit from Avon Old Farm, or I'm sorry, a Harvard commit from Avon Old Farms, who has since left. Likewise, Isaiah Dawson from the Bishop School, who's on the cover of the June issue of Inside Lacrosse, moved on. They're both participating in the Lake Placid Summit Classic.
Murtaugh delivers on a bouncer. Nice sweep to his right, delivers one under Hinks' legs, hit 5-hole. Patriots jump out to a 2-1 lead.
This is just straight ahead speed. You come through that pick, there's the double, and you use your momentum to continue to open space, and then a nice job taking that 45-degree angle shot across his body, getting it on cage. That's a hard shot to shoot accurately, but a lot of times if you can simply get it on cage and place it pretty well, because of the way in which you're going to catch the goalie not expecting that shot, you can have a pretty high likelihood of success.
Back to the face-off X. Violation on Sisselberger. It'll go to the Ancients. Reed Maschietti, Brown commit, charging down the field right now for the Ancients. Tries to get over to Antonelli. Takes the low-to-high shot a little too high on that one.
1 minute.
Got to point out, Dan, Maschietti with the tough guy look, wearing the elbow pads above the elbows. It's a good opportunity to talk about our partners, Epic Lacrosse, who outfitted these players with the line of Integra gloves, whichever arm protection they were looking for, and shoulder pads, as well as a head and a custom Dragonfly handle that's available only at this game.
Maschietti back with the ball. Goes to his left. Warded off, though. Gets it over to Cutton. The opposite wing. Cutton, hands free, delivers on a bouncer.
Dan, did I just say that the Yale middies don't always give you mid-90s going down the alley? Because I think I'm going to have to walk that back a little bit. Oh, my goodness. Look at that Cutton going to his left. Unbelievable shot placement. You know that it feels good when you're going down the alley, you release it, and you continue on the run with your back to the end line. That is just perfect rotation, using all of that abdominal torque to get power, and that's exactly what we saw as he overpowered the goaltender.
Cutton's goal, the last of the game. It's 2-2 at the end of the first. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Here at the 2018 final at the Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. Beginning of the second quarter. The Patriots and the Ancients tied at 2. No multiple goal scorers.
Contrasting styles at the face-off axis, Sisselberger with the traditional double overhand knee-down technique, going against the long stick hollow in a stand-up position.
Ground ball picked up by the Patriots. Kyle Walker walking it up. Gets it over to Andrew Ponsetto, a Holy Cross commit. Back to Walker. Over to Zachary Tucker. We'll get it into the box for the Patriots.
Tucker, a Bucknell commit from Greenwich. This Patriot team is playing to win, Dan. I mean, it might be a silly thing to say in some instances, but long weekend. They're playing their fifth game in 2 days, and fatigue can be an issue. They've got a decent bench, certainly some depth and the ability to stay fresh, but the explosiveness is still there. The sharpness is still there.
Step down shot. Eaten up.
Jacob Stobner, the Princeton commit who played in the 2017 game as well.
Brandow gives it over to Antonelli. Antonelli with the finish in transition. Tic-tac-toe for the Ancients right there. All started with Oliver Hollow getting some real estate in the middle of the field and pressing the Ancients' advantage.
Brian Antonelli, Belmont Hill School, a teammate of Hinks, heading to Brown. Unbelievable job finishing this transition opportunity started by Hollow. Tic-tac-toe, great play.
Back to the face-off X with Hollow and Sisselberger again. Sisselberger's gotten the best of Hollow so far in this game. Would be a different story if Tucci was here to go against him.
That said, Dan, I don't think that the Ancients are suffering that badly. I mean, we talked about the possession advantage that the Patriots had in the first quarter, but we've seen some good offensive possessions. Conversely, in the first game, I felt like maybe the Ancient Legends squad was pressing a little bit when they got the ball offensively. When the Ancients have gotten the ball, they've done a nice job. It's probably the biggest reason it's 3-2 right now.
Face-off won by the Patriots. Chad Kataka, Lehigh commit with it right now. Working from the right wing, takes a shot, sails above the goalie's head.
Kataka from Carmel High School in Indiana. Going to be a nice addition to that Kevin Cassese Mountain Hawk squad.
Shot backed up by the Patriots. Jesse James West with the ball right now. Moving to his right. Warded off by Andrew Cave. Continuing to work with it now with his left. Turns back. Still working. Will Murtaugh gives it over to Anthony Seymour. Up to Chad Kataka. And now Murtaugh with the right alley dodge. Still working. Gets it over to Jacob Morin. Morin will finish on the step-down shot.
Morin out of Auburn High School in upstate New York, heading to Army.
Really just great movement here.
So clean. You see that extended right foot, gets the arms out, just your prototypical step-down shot. Really nice lefty finish from up top.
Back to the face-off X with Hollow and Sisselberger. Sisselberger won the clamp and then won the eventual ground ball. Tries to get it over to Walker, the goalie, a little too much on that pass. Ancients will get the ball. Antonelli over to Brandow. Brandow couldn't come away with it cleanly. And then stripped. James Rubino.
And Andrew Ponsetto. Rubino, a Navy commit. Ponsetto heading to Holy Cross. Nice job on that activity, but a really nice job, an important play by Antonelli to retain possession. Feels like the Ancients need one here.
Sean Cutton over to Brandow, to Antonelli behind the cage. Antonelli gets over to Cutton, over to Nick Loring. Loring goes to his right, tries to get inside, delivers one, but Kyle Walker comes away with a clean save. His outlet pass is deflected. And then there's Rubino with the ground ball, and he'll get it across midfield for the Patriots.
Dan, we got to give a lot of credit to Thor Adamek, a John Jay long stick midi heading to Colgate. Did a nice job closing out as
Zachary Tucker.
as Loring made it down that alley dodge. We saw his bull dodge in the first half. We've seen his strength. We know what he can do. Really, really nice defensive play there.
Jesse James West gets inside and delivers on a left-handed shot. Nice just movement right there from West.
Big, big sequence for this Patriots team.
Jesse James West, committed to Lehigh. Really just a fantastic lefty playmaker. Definitely a big pickup, another big pickup for Kevin Cassis and his squad at Lehigh.
Is it fourth?
Sisselberger wins another faceoff. Step down, goes wide left.
Patriots leading 4-3. Chad Kataka wanted to make it 5-3 there.
Yeah, you wanted that one back. Patriots still in possession. Meager now. Jesse James West. West continuing, rolls back. Ball in his left. Gets it over to Meager. Meager connects on a long-range score.
Righty hammer makes it 5-3 Patriots.
Just once again, nothing special, just one guy kind of getting some shake on his man and delivering to a player for a step down.
Ben Murtaugh from Governor's Academy on that goal. Nice job by Kataka to suck in the defense with that cut through, that clear through. And Murtaugh, who's heading to Boston University with the nice goal.
And after a 2-2 first quarter, a little bit of a upping in pace so far in this one. Sisselberger wins the faceoff and gets stripped by Hollow. Ensuing scrum will be won by the Patriots as Adamek gets the ground ball pickup. Patriots looking to clear. Ponsetto doing the job himself, but gets trail checked by Brandow. And Brandow, ball rolls out of bounds. That'll be a calls turnover for him.
Nice play by Brandow there, although it was a little bit trivial because the Patriots were going to go offsides on that clear anyhow.
Antonelli with it now for the Ancients. Brandow over to Cutton. Ancients have their bigs on the field, so to speak. Gendron and Cave. Cutton goes to his left, looking for a cut. Tries to find Cave on the crease. Doesn't connect. But Gendron now caught up in a scrum, but comes away with it. Turns back, gets it over to McDermott. McDermott with a little bit of space. Gets it over to Cave. Cave, big step down, bouncer, doesn't connect. Backed up by Antonelli. Ancients ball. Antonelli goes to his left. Delivers to Cave, who connects on that one.
Nice one-touch goal. Really good job losing his man on the backside. And a really nice job by Antonelli to keep his eyes up, find Cave in open space. You see this last attempt check that went for naught out of Tucker and Ponsetto, and Cave with the one-touch goal as the Ancients stay within striking distance, now trailing 5-4 late in the second quarter.
Love that play right there from the Ancients, just playing to your strengths. Cave just getting a step and delivering it only where Cave could get it.
We talk about Cave at 6'7", basketball player. That was an alley-oop, Dan.
I was about to say, Terry.
Antonelli heading to Brown, playing the nice role of the point guard.
Face-off battle results in a whistle. It's going to go in favor of the Patriots.
Loose ball push on the Ancients there. You know, Dan, one of the things about this strategy of throwing long sticks at the face-off is it just requires so much energy. They're throwing so many checks. Now, granted, you can wear down your opponent, maybe get some leeway late in the game that you wouldn't have otherwise had if you had been going against the traditional face-off specialists, but in the time being, you got to be concerned that the ancient long poles are going to wear themselves down a little bit.
Patriots possession right now.
1 minute.
1 minute left in the half. Mir gives the man a shake, but a clean save right there from Hanks. Gets it over to Gendron. Gendron has trailers, surging down the field. Finds Antonelli. Antonelli with the finish. I bet Coach Daly liked that one.
Huge goal here for the Ancients. Their ability to score in transition, get this score back to 5-5. Really, really nice play. Love the way that Gendron ran the fast break, but that was a special finish. That behind the back, oof. Have a feeling that's going to end up on Game Time's Instagram page, getting about 100,000 views over the course of the next couple weeks.
Like I said, if you're Coach Mike Daly at Brown, already seen your players play fast and connect in transition like that, got to put a smile on your face.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, half.
That would be the last face-off of the half. And we're once again tied, this time at 5 between the Ancients and the Patriots. This one's been a fun one so far. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
When you guys be willing to copy the score sheets here that I have for first stats? Like just literally like write it again. So yeah, I don't need like time in the goal or anything. I just want to know like who scored and like how many saves.
Back here at the 2018 final at the Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. A 5-5 tie between the Ancients and the Patriots.
A couple of multi-goal scorers in the first half. You saw Brian Antonelli put in the beautiful BTB right before halftime. That was his second goal of the game. And on the other side, Ben Murtaugh has 2. Jesse James West, an attackman heading to Lehigh, has a goal and an assist. Both goalies finished with 4 saves and 5 goals allowed. We saw for the Ancients, Daniel Hanks from Belmont Hill School in Massachusetts heading to Dartmouth with a couple of really nice early saves to keep his team in it. And at the other end, Kyle Walker from Smithtown West High School on Long Island heading to Army also finished with 4 saves and 5 goals allowed.
And in terms of goalies, we're going to get a goalie change for the Ancients. Miles Thompson from Episcopal High School in New Jersey, a Penn commit. Looks like he's going to get the second half shift. Back to the face-off X with Hollow and Sisselberger. This has been a matchup primarily dominated by Sisselberger as he looks to win another clamp. This one's coming out to a ground ball battle, and Colby Gendron will recover it for the Ancients. Gendron feeds the crease. Doesn't connect with anybody.
Does that count for our Oliver Hollow shot count?
We might actually need that graphic.
Playing crease attack.
Here's a transition opportunity. Oh, the pipe robs
Michael Carroll. Christian Brothers Academy in New Jersey, heading to Bucknell. Nice lefty rip.
Like the placement, but just a little unlucky there.
As Gordon Bombay would say, quarter-inch inside. Would have been a goal.
Patriots maintain possession, though. Jack Collins over to Anthony Seymour. Now Ben Murtaugh.
Seymour from Miller Place on Long Island.
And Murtaugh, the nice little sweep to his right and delivers on a bouncer. Beats the keeper 5-hole.
Murtaugh's third of the game here, Dan. And like we saw out of Jonathan Huber going to St. John's in the first game, it's the diversity of the way he's able to score that's impressing me. In this one, he gets some separation from Gendron. Gets off this sidearm shot. I'll qualify that as mid to low to low maybe. Really nice job crossing up Miles Thompson.
Ancients take the lead, now up 6-5 as we go back to the face-off X. Sisselberger with a clean win right there to Brendan Meir. Meir just legging it out. It's over to Carroll, and now with James Rubino over to Matthew Barkowskis. We'll get it into the box. Barkowskis slips up his man, decides to holster. Collins will settle it.
Go to work on Loring. Double coming from Stobner, and the pass is intercepted.
It's Reed Moschetti intercepting it. And now it's going the other way. Loring wants the shot. Deflected by Walker. Ends up back in the stick of Meir. Back and forth sequence right here. Evades the trail check from Brandow. Evades the trail check from Hollow. Now he's going to give it up. Shot just too high. Anthony Seymour. Tremendous step down look right there. Couldn't connect.
We're about 3 minutes into the third quarter, and you're starting to see the physical toll that this weekend has taken on some of these players. And I think that in a 5-5 game, this is going to be decided by the guys who can dig deep for that extra reserve of energy.
Miles Thompson with a nice save on a bouncer right there. Here comes Collins. Over to Seymour. Seymour will go to his left. Tries to feed the crease, finds Collins. Gets out of traffic. Here's a step down look and a save from Thompson.
Nice job by Thompson to get down low on that one. I didn't notice this earlier in the tournament, but now I'm starting to realize that there's a little bit more similarity in the style of goaltending between Hinks and Thompson.
Hollow gives it over to Loring, who prevents the ball from going out of bounds.
Loring, a midfielder from Noble and Greenough, heading to Harvard.
Ancients looking to build upon their lead. Up 6-5 here in the third quarter. 2018 final between the Ancients of the Ivy League and the Patriots of the Patriot League. As Moschetti takes one. Deflected by Walker. Antonelli gets it over to Loring, who loses his footing, but Loring comes back right. Scores. Walker got a piece of it. Found the back of the net.
I want to give a shout out there to Reed Moschetti, who stayed with that ball after his alley dodge. Did a nice job getting a shoulder into it. Save, but he still managed to get the ground ball behind the goal. Offense worked it all the way back around. Set up Loring with the overhand right-handed shot. On the jump, and went far pipe and got it right inside.
And now the Ancients, who were down by as much as 3 early in the first quarter, now with a 7-5 lead. Back to the face-off X. Ali Hollow not taking this one for the Ancients. It's Bryce DeMuth.
Avon Grove High School, Yale commit.
Perhaps a little success as the Ivy League wins that face-off. Andrew Cave over to Moschetti. Back to Cave. Cave. There's a long pole shot from Taylor that goes just a bit wide. No, Ivy League advertises a playing fast conference these days with Brown, as Brandow sweeps into the crease and delivers on a right-handed shot. Ancients flexing a little bit right now. Finally a 3-goal lead for them.
You see Brandow here carrying with his right hand in the middle of the field. Identifies the slide coming and gets it off before can make contact there. Gets the shot off before James Rubino from Winston Churchill High School heading to Navy. A lot of Winston Churchill representation in this game, Dan.
Yeah, that's a program down in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Reed Machete, a midi heading to Brown. Jack Taylor, a defenseman heading to Brown to go along with Rubino.
Sisselberger wins that face-off, gives it over to Rubino, who evades the trail check. Gives it over to Ponsetto on the opposite side of the field. He'll cross midfield for the Patriots, who are all of a sudden in desperate need of offense. Jack Collins taking Machietti behind the cage.
Dan, we talked about history in that first matchup, that 2017 championship game. The Ancients trying to stand up for the 2016 champions. And the Ancients won that one. They're coached by Jamie McNeely, formerly of the Severn School and Johns Hopkins, as well as assisted by Jack Doyle.
Jacob Morin right there gets inside and delivers one close range shot.
One of the heartbreakers for a goalie. I believe he got a piece of it. Might have even taken a little bit off the shoulder here before it goes in net. Really nice job by Morin. Midfielder heading to Army. Avoids the trail check from Cave. Gets the stick back in his left hand. Increases his angle. And bangs it home.
8-7 now in favor of the Ancients. Back to the face-off X. Sisselberger is going to look to appear to have won it. The ensuing scrum. Rubino will come away with it off the wing. And he gets trail checked by Jake Taylor. Miles Thompson gives it over to Loring. Loring with a little bit of real estate. Brandow, Antonelli. Antonelli finishes in transition. His third goal of the game, another in transition. The Yale to Brown connection right there in transition.
Really nice job by Loring here to lead the break. Get that pass off, and it's your traditional L break.
Ancients, certainly the team finding more success in the middle of the field. Their second transition goal of the game. Kind of able to negate somewhat disadvantage that they've experienced so far at the face-off X, as Michael Sisselberger wins yet another face-off. Meir gets it into the box, over to Collins for the Patriots. Michael Carroll then gives it back to Collins. Patriots need of a decently long possession. Meir can't handle the pass. There'll be a scrum behind the cage. Meir, the one who lost it, comes away with it. Gives it over to Collins at the top of the box. Over to Zachary Tucker. Collins going to his left. Turns back. Finds Meir. Meir with the face dodge. Meir with the left-handed shot that goes a little too high. Just not enough grip on that one. Michael Carroll now with it for the Patriots. This is a very heavy Bucknell offensive set right here. I believe 3 to 4 players committed there. There's a bouncer that just goes wide. Anthony Seymour on that shot. Bart Koskis working with it now behind the cage. Coming to his left, turns back right. I believe Miles Thompson got a piece of that one, deflected it. Backed up by the Patriots, though. Patriots still with it now. Mir working against Gendron. There's a shot. Miles Thompson, I believe, saved that with his helmet. Great awareness right there. Tucker, as we approach under 1 minute in the third quarter. Tucker with a bouncer. The changeup on the bouncer from Tucker beats Miles Thompson.
Zachary Tucker, a middie from Greenwich High School in Connecticut, heading to Bucknell.
45 seconds.
Really, really nice job. This is a traditional sweep to his right hand. You see Gendron and looks like Drake Schaffner there from Gonzaga heading to Dartmouth commit, but neither can get enough of Tucker to slow him down, and he makes it 8-8 inside 30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
15.
Bryce DeMuth taking this face off for the Ancients in favor of Ollie Hollow.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And you get a violation.
1.
But the third quarter is going to come to an end. Patriots and Ancients, we've got yet another tie, Terry. This time at 8, heading into the fourth.
Well, Dan, it's pretty hard to imagine these two teams being separated by anything more.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to bring in the fourth quarter. Back here at the 2018 final of the Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. It's an 8-8 tie between the Ivy League Ancients and the Patriot League Patriots. It's been a back and forth contest so far. Very little has separated these teams, so we should be in store for a great fourth quarter. Hoping for some drama. Dan Aburn here with Terry Foy, bringing you a stream via our friends at Game Time footage as the Patriots win the opening face-off of the fourth quarter. Kyle Walker gets it over to Sisselberger. Ollie trying to strip Sisselberger. Gets the takeaway. Can the Ancients pick it up? Yes, they can.
Dan, yet another nice possession out of the Ancients coaching staff. We saw in the semifinals they doubled with the goalie out of a timeout in the middle of the third quarter, and it worked. And here they use Hollow to shut off the Fogo, Andrew Sisselberger, and he managed to get the ball back.
Ancients taking their time to substitute. Moschetti gets it over to fellow Brown commit Colby Gendron, who will charge into the crease. Over to another Brown commit and Brian Antonelli. Picked off right there by James Rubino. Navy commit. He'll take it across midfield for the Patriots. Here's a quick feed. Jesse James West takes the shot. Stoned by Miles Thompson.
Unbelievable ball movement and a better save by Thompson as he stayed high and collected West's lefty shot. That was a 4-pass possession, an unbelievable offensive sequence that went for naught thanks to a great save.
Ali Hollow got it across midfield. In a little bit of trouble as the Ancients elected to take a timeout. Their first and only of the game. We've talked about this in part, Terry, but the Ivy League, kind of known as a fast conference these days with the likes of Brown and even to some extent Harvard and Penn kind of taking up the speed, and we've seen that displayed in a couple of transition goals.
No question. I think that the transition play has been really exceptional on both sides of the ball, and I think that what's interesting is when you analyze, just look at the huddles, you compare, I think the average height of the Ancient player is about 4 inches taller than the average Patriot player, and I think that the Patriots have overcome that size deficit by cohesiveness, a lot of tenacity, a lot of speed and quickness. And as we come out of this timeout and see Miles Thompson come back onto the field, he's getting dapped up by his opponents. That's how you know he made a nice save.
Both he and Hinks have been fantastic in cage today for the Ancients. Nick Loring will start with the ball for the Ancients out of this timeout. Over to Sean Cutton. To Brian Antonelli now behind the cage. Antonelli really kind of assumed that dodging role for this team. He works his way, delivers on a slick pass, but Cutton ran out of an angle. Over to Maschietti, who barrels his way for a step down. Walker gets a piece of it, but recovered by the Ancients.
Really nice save by Walker, who started the wrong way, stuck his left foot out, got his stick head down in front of it.
Brandau with a turnaround and left-handed shot.
That is experience and toughness. Brandau taking hacks from Rubino.
Delivers.
Sets him up to the inside, loses his footing, gets back up, a couple bumps, rolls. It's kind of like a slow motion question mark when you think about it. Comes back to his left, finishes high to high.
Brandau, one of the standout offensive players for Boys Latin, located just around the corner here from where we're at Goucher College in Towson, Maryland. He's one of those 18s who are trying to have a big year at the high school level next year. Back to the face-off X. Whistle blows. It's going to go in favor of the Patriots. Murtaugh with it. Murtaugh getting a little bit of shake. Here's Chad Kataka, who gets stripped by Andrew Cave. Andrew Cave will charge down the field, avoids the closeout.
Really good speed exhibited by the Dartmouth commit there to successfully outrun the ride from Murtaugh and Seymour and settle this possession for the Ancients. Dan, I talked in the middle of the third quarter about how this game seemed like it was going to come down to which team could muster up a little bit of that energy reserve. It's been a beautiful day, but it feels like the heat's starting to head in, which is going to make what is already a pretty fatigued Paris team is a little bit more so.
Loring continuing to work, takes the shot, sails wide right of the cage. Brandau with it now for the Ancients. Given his right, working now with his left.
Really good hedge there by Andrew Ponsetto from St. Joe's Prep in Massachusetts, heading to Holy Cross.
Gendron delivers a bouncer. Walker got a piece. Gendron went in the crease. It'll go the other way.
Patriots with a nice defensive stop, trailing 9-8 with 7 minutes to go. Feels like one of those moments that could have a significant impact over the course of the stretch of the remainder of this game.
In the box now. Scott Middleton kind of looking to get rid of it. Middleton loses his man though. Middleton fakes out Thompson, but Thompson makes the helmet save. Robbery right there. Jesse James West recovers it for the Patriots.
That is the type of play you don't see very often from a long stick coming from X.
West continuing to work. Double comes, ball on the floor.
Really, really nice job there by Jake Taylor out of Winston Churchill. Outside of DC, head into Brown. He looks like a Brown long stick to me.
Yeah, I was about to say, quick in the middle of the field, aggressive on ball. Will fit in right there. Ancients back in possession now, slowing it down, nursing a 1-goal lead. About 6 minutes left in this game. Machietti over to Loring. Cave. Back to Loring. Loring will favor a righty alley dodge. Loses his man. Here comes the bouncer and he connects. Walker could not stop that one. Tremendous shakeup right there from Loring.
I don't know how much credit goes to Reed Machietti, but certainly a lot of wash that gets caught up here. I think their sticks got tangled. Patriots defender ended up on the deck. That was Scott Middleton from Hereford High School heading to Loyola. Loring took advantage with the righty alley dodge and a big overhand shot that overpowered Walker.
Yeah, bit of a miscommunication on defense. All of a sudden, plenty of real estate for Loring. We've seen a lot of that same play kind of run throughout this game. You know, alley dodge to the right, plenty of real estate. Bouncer as Sisselberger wins another face-off. Sisselberger goes to the cage, shoots, goes above the goalie's head. Backed up by the Patriots. Ancients up 2 now with 5 minutes to go. Approaching the crescendo of this 2018 championship here between the Patriots and the Ancients. Jesse James West working to his left, rolls back, looks for a cutter. West still with it. Double comes. West rolls back. Doesn't press his advantage.
Patriots trailing by 2 here with about 4.5 minutes to go. A little bit of miscommunication in the sub game.
Meir with a right alley dodge. Save from Miles Thompson. No trouble there for Thompson.
Gobbled it up calmly.
Gets over to Gendron. At this point in the fourth quarter, both teams quick to sub after an offensive set.
Thompson, the Penn commit. We saw Sam Cordish out of the Park School, another Penn commit in the 2017 championship game. A lot of goalie talent coming in for the Quakers.
As we approach nearly 3.5 minutes left in this game, Ancients up by 2. Obviously in no rush to get things started offensively. Machietti with it right now. Over to Gendron. Gets it down to Brandow and then down to Antonelli. The Ancients continuing pass around. Milka's a little bit more clock.
Cutton, the Chaminade player, heading to Yale, showing some versatility playing attack.
Machietti bulldodging. Tries to get inside. There's a save from Kyle Walker.
The Patriots sideline like the defense out of Jacob Morin there. Auburn High School midfielder heading to Army. Wasn't taking none of Reed Machietti's bulldodging. Probably got away with a little bit of a push in the back there. Walker complimented with the save, but the Ancients were able to back it up, retain possession. And with a little bit more than 2.5 minutes to go here, the Patriots got to figure out when they're going to go after the ball, try to get it back. If they can get the ball back and get a good shot on cage, get a goal, you feel like they've got a good shot of winning that faceoff and making a run at a tie ball game here before the time runs out.
Yeah, but the question of when they go is still pertinent as Gedjon charges into the crease. Trail check dismays it from going into the cage. Backed up by the Ancients, though.
At the Epic Isle Committed Academy, we are stop-start on these 12-minute running quarters inside of 2 minutes of a 2-goal game, so this clock will stop on dead balls.
Brandow with it now for the Ancients, who have not. Brandow goes to his left, delivers a shot. Rubino there for the pickup. Patriots low on time now as Rubino gets it over to Scott Middleton. Middleton over to Jesse James West. Ball's on the floor. This is a crucial ground ball. Still up for grabs. Miles Thompson looked to have it for a second. And then there's Drake Schaffner who finally picks it up.
125.
We're under 90 seconds now. Ancients up by 2. Patriots have to go now and get that ball back. Press out hard. Cave, middle of the field, gets it over to Taylor.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Patriots get the ball back. 1 minute left. Patriot coaches ordering their players to go to the cage. Here's Tucker. Tucker, a save from Miles Thompson. Back in the hands of Thompson. We're approaching 30 seconds now. Ivy League players.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field.
30 seconds. 32,
Back in the hands of the Patriots via the referee's call. Jesse James West with it now. West needs to go. West tries to deliver a backhand. Sails well wide of the cage.
18.
Chad Kataka will have the restart. Kataka still working. They need to go. Kataka takes a shot, eaten up by Thompson. He'll throw it up into the air.
9.
Less than 10 now.
7. 6. 5. 4.
Walker,
3.
last second
2,
shot.
1.
Intercepted, but it's over. The Ivy League prevails 10-8. Ancients taking it home in the 2018 division this year.
Really, really impressive performance all around from that Ancients team. It started at the defensive end, particularly given the face-off disadvantage they were at, particularly in the first half. You know, from top to bottom, we talked a lot about the goalie performance out of Daniel Hinks. Oliver Hollow, just unbelievable all around. Taking that face-off, picking it up, causing a lot of havoc on the offensive end. Really nice performance out of Nick Loring. Really nice performance out of Brian Antonelli. Really nice performance out of a pair of big midfielders going to Brown and Colby Gendron and Reed Maschietti, and all-around performance. Couldn't be more impressed by the versatility and the variety of talent heading to these Ivy League schools in 2 seasons.
It sounds like our most valuable player honor is going to go to the Ancients. Matt Brandow, 2018 Yale commit. A handful of goals for him.
Brandow out of Bullies Latin School in Baltimore, Maryland, heading to Yale. Really controlled the tempo. We saw him operate on that corner. We saw him pull the trigger from X. Really nice performance. But Dan, would be remiss not to talk about some of the really impressive showings from the Patriots today. Ben Murtaugh and Brendan Mayer really set the tone offensively in a lot of instances. Jacob Morin showed some versatility at the midfield. Morin is heading to Army. Murtaugh and Mayer, a pair of midfielders who have the capacity to play attack, heading to Boston University. Attackman Chad Kataka from Carmel High School in Indiana, heading to Lehigh with a couple goals. Jesse James West from Sparta High School, also heading to Lehigh. Mike Sisselberger, the face-off specialist, also heading to Lehigh. A really, really impressive showing from those guys today.
Yeah, I was about to say, can't not talk about the specialist play in this game. I thought Kyle Walker was great. Had to play the whole game. And, of course, Michael Sisselberger gave them plenty of consistency and possession throughout the game. But that will do it for the epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy 2017 edition. The 18 championship going to the Ancients 10-8. We appreciate everybody who watched our broadcast. We were very lucky to have Game Time stream this and add this to the Committed Academy platform this year.
No doubt, and we really want to thank our friends from Epic Lacrosse who outfitted every player. 350 future Division I players in the class of 2017 and 2018. They received a bag. They received Integra gloves. They received Integra arm pads. They received Integra shoulder pads. They received a Dragonfly handle and a head and mesh of their choosing. Incredible generosity from our friends from Epic. And as you mentioned, our friends from Game Time who were able to pull together this stream. We hope you all enjoyed it. Certainly a unbelievable affair. Congratulations to the 2018 Ancients, champions of the 2017 Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. And congratulations to the 2017 Beasts, also champions of the 2017 Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy.
Well, Terry, that's the summer for us, for continued coverage, all things Epic Inside Lacrosse Committed Academy. Visit InsideLacrosse.com. That's where you'll find all our stuff. Dan Abrams signing off for Terry Foy. Thank you guys for listening and watching.